Hi everyone, welcome to your Yoga for Everybody yoga class today. My name is Skyla Ramirez with Plano Parks and Recreation, and also teaching you today some different breathing techniques and also some different techniques to work with overall healthy circulation. So let's get started. Good morning, what a beautiful day. So let's get started either seated or lying on your back. And from wherever you are, take a moment and notice if you want to turn the palms down or maybe turn the palms up. If you want at this time, you can even put the hands in your lap if that's more comfortable, on your shoulders. So take a moment and notice as the spine lengthens or as you get comfortable in your body, where are the arms and the hands most comfortable? The position of the arms and hands can have a pretty big effect on any tension in your neck or your spine and back. From wherever you are, let's begin to notice the breath, lower the head, maybe move your jaw around a little bit. Let the head go left and right. Let's try a few big inhales, and we're going to hold those big inhales for 3 to 5 counts, then you'll let it go with a sigh. Exhale all the breath from your body first. Big inhale. Hold it. And then let it go with a sigh. Let's try that a couple more times. Big inhale. Hold it. Let it go. One more. Hold that breath. Let it go. And now just let the whole body relax. Whole body relax. Note if is there any tension in your hips, if there's any tension in your shoulders. Notice the ankles and the wrists. As we begin moving into a new breathing technique, let's take as much tension as we can out of the body so we can breathe easy. The next breathing technique is Viloma Krama. We're going to take one big inhale in, and then we'll exhale in a few short breaths. This is also known as a stair-stepping breath. This is what it looks like. One big inhale. So it's several small exhales, and we do want to move towards maybe 5 or 6 small exhales, but that's something that you can build on over time as the body gets familiar with the breath. All right, let's try maybe 3 to 5 of these. Exhale all the way. One big inhale. Hold. Now a few small exhales. Big inhale. Hold. Small exhale. Inhale through the nose as much as possible. Hold. Exhale, keeping your lips closed. Good. Couple more. Inhale through the nose. Pause. Exhale from the throat, lips together. Maybe just one more. Big inhale. Pause. And a few small exhales. Good. Now just completely relax the body. Notice if the breath feels labored at all. Take a moment, establish a nice rhythm with your breath. From here, let's inhale the arms up and overhead. Big breath in. And maybe lace the fingers together and invert the palms. Push up towards the sky. You can lean this over to one side. Pull up from the armpit. Maybe look down towards the floor so the neck gets a nice, easy stretch. Bring it through center. Press up, Lean over to the other side. If this is hurting the neck or shoulders at all, lower the hands or maybe even put the hands on your shoulders. Pull up from the armpit, open up through the ribs. Maybe look down at the floor. Let's come up through center. Big stretch. Exhale, relax the arms down. Good. From here, let's slowly take our feet up and take the knees over onto one side. Let's come down into lying on our sides for a moment. From here, breathe into your low back, to the middle back, to the shoulder blades. And let's just feel for the breath moving along the sides of the spine, clearing out the backs of the lungs with the breath. When you're ready, slowly roll over onto your back. From lying on our backs, let's get comfortable through the hips. You may want to peel up the tailbone and then slowly press the hips down and lower the hips down. Now, to watch the energy in the hips and in the low back, you can take your hands, have your thumbs and your index fingers touching. So you're making a triangle type shape with the thumb and the index fingers, and then open the hands. Bring the thumbs on top of your navel so you can feel for a neutral or leveled sensation in the pelvis. Let's look up towards the ceiling, keeping the head and the neck neutral. And from here, we're just going to feel for the belly rising and falling with a neutral low back. Inhale, breathe into the belly and feel the abdomen pushing the hands up. As you exhale, let the hands slowly come down, absolutely no rush. Inhaling, the belly rises, the hands rise with the breath. And then exhale, the belly lowers and the hands lower with the breath. Let's try just a couple more like that. Feeling for the breath in the body. Inhaling through the nose as much as possible. Exhaling out from the throat. A little bit of the breath is going to move out of the nose, even when we keep our lips together. One more easy breath like this. Big inhale. And then exhale. Let's relax the hands down beside us, allowing the knees to get a gentle sway, loosening up the low back. Inhale through center. Exhale on the twist, and maybe start to reach your arms in the opposite direction as the knees. Inhaling through center. Exhale, twisting the knees one direction and the arms the opposite way. Inhale through center. Exhale, wringing out the spine, wringing out the low back and the lungs. Let's do one more to each side. Inhale, slow exhale, easy does it. Looking in the same direction as our hands. Take your time and even that twist up on left and right. When you feel that that movement is even for your body, let's draw both knees into the chest, holding on behind the knees or the thighs. We might want to keep the legs close together and just maybe draw those thighs close to the belly, creating a little bit of pressure on the belly. This is a technique used to flush out excessive fluid, to help to aid in better digestion processes as well. Just a gentle amount of pressure, nothing invasive to the body. Exhale, little hug. When you're ready, let's take the legs towards the sky, and then we'll roll out the ankles. Perhaps inviting just a little more sensation into the feet when we do this. We can even point and flex the feet, maybe stimulating just a little bit more healthy circulation from the feet down into the gut region. When you're ready, let's slowly bend the knees, lowering our feet. From here, having the feet at about hips width, placing the hands on the belly and the pelvis again. So you may want to make that little triangle formation with the hands onto the abdomen. Let's press down into our feet and slowly peel up the tailbone and then slowly lower it. So it's just a gentle rocking motion that we're doing with the pelvis. Inhale, peel up the tailbone. Maybe lift the hips a little bit, so it's like a baby bridge. And then exhale, lower and press the tailbone down. And you'll actually feel the hands rocking with this motion. Inhale, peeling up the tailbone. Option to push into the feet and lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips. Press the tailbone down. Maybe just a couple more. Inhale. And exhale, moving with the breath. Next time the hips are down on the floor, just let the hips rest. Now use your thumbs to press down into that belly button region and pull up under the ribs a little bit. So we're adding in a gentle acupressure type movement to help with lymphatic drainage in the stomach region. Release that pressure. Just a little pressure down with the hands to your belly. And then pull up about an inch or two towards your ribs, just a little bit of pressure. Release that pressure. Let's do one more little press in, pull up, just a tiny bit of pressure, nothing too invasive. And then release. From here, let's take our left knee, draw it in towards the chest, hold on behind the thigh or the knee, pull the knee in towards the body. If there's any pain here at all, take it a little bit out to the side of your body. We can always hold the knee right here, or you can push into your other foot, into your right foot, and lift the hip a little bit. No matter where you are, lower the hip and lower that left leg. Let's bring the right knee in. It might go straight in or out to the side a little bit. Holding it in towards the abdomen for that flushing of the belly. Option to push into your left foot and lift the tailbone just slightly. When you're ready, slowly let that go. So there are a lot of different ways that we can experiment today with this flushing of the lymphatic system and improving circulation. Let's build on this again. Left knee in, straight in, or out to the side. Option to keep your hip flat or push into the right foot and lift the hips. So you're getting more of a contraction this way. Another option is to take your right hand behind your head and neck and then slowly lift your head towards your knee. So we're creating a very deep abdominal contraction for the body. When you're ready, slowly lower the head and neck, lower the hips, and lower the foot. Lots of different ways to do this. Let's take our right knee in, push into the left foot, lift the hips, left hand to the head, lifting the head towards the knee. When you're ready, slowly relax. Relaxing the head, neck, and feet. Now let's keep alternating this. So when you're ready, draw the left knee in. Option to push into your right foot. Peel up the hips. Lifting the head towards the knee. And when you're ready, relax the head, relax your leg. Let's do one more. Right knee in. Push into the left foot, lift the hips. Just a little lift. Left hand to the head to knee, deep contraction, belly flushing. And when you're ready, slowly relax. Good. Let's let the knees sway, palms up or down. One more time to each side, just checking in with that low back in case any muscles got tense with those contractions. From here, roll over to one side. Let's take our time to slowly press up to all fours. As we move into a cat and a cow flow, you can always do cat and cow from seated. You could always even use your fist for wrist instead if this is more comfortable. From wherever you are, inhaling into cow, pressing the hips back, looking straight ahead, lengthening through the heart. Exhale, pulling the belly up, rounding the tailbone and dropping the head. Inhaling, drop the tailbone, hinge from the abdomen, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, pulling up through the belly and dropping the head. So this is our very traditional cat and cow flow. We've been experimenting this month with what we call a crouching cat and a crouching cow. So if you think you might want to experiment with something else, take your hands and put them just a little bit in front of you. You might have your hands flat, or you could stay on your fingertips. So there's almost no pressure really on the palm of the hand if you want to do this instead. Maybe touch your toes together with a little bit of space between the knees. And from here, bend the elbows, push the hips back. This is our crouching cow. So you're real low to the earth. Come forward as you inhale, then straighten the arms, round the back and push back. And it's almost like child's pose or even a downward facing dog movement with the upper body, but the back is really rounded. When you're ready, release your spine, push the hips back, bend the elbows, lead with the heart. Come forward, inhale, straighten the arms, round the spine, push back, exhale. So this movement is going to get kind of slinky, moving almost like a snake or like an earthworm, very slinky in the movement. Bending the elbows, inhale, come forward. Just sort of slither over the earth, straighten the arms, rounding back. Inhale, slithering down. Coming forward, exhale, straighten the arms, round the spine back. Let's do a couple more. Bend the elbows, inhale. Exhale back. Last one. And now back. Let's come to all fours. From here, separate the feet. Separate the knees a little bit. Let's let our hips sink back as far as they want to go. Maybe the belly comes down and touches the thighs. Little belly press. Let's find child's pose for a few easy breaths. As we're holding child's pose, breathing into the low back. Maybe even finding the breath on the sides of the spine. So breathing to the sides of your ribs, breathing under the armpits. When you're ready, looking towards the top of your mat, let's walk the hands out, stretch out the arms. You might want to stay in child's pose. You could even come down to your elbows. If you want, go ahead and experiment with downward facing dog. And that can be done with the hands or the elbows on the floor. So we're shifting forward, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, hips towards the sky. Hang the head loose, shake it yes. Turn it left and right. When you're ready, take your time, slowly begin stepping towards the hands. And we'll walk our hands up the legs, pausing at about the halfway point. Add in a little sway. So we're adding in that little pause at the halfway point, making sure that our blood pressure has time to adjust. We don't want to come up too fast. When you're ready, slowly come all the way up, standing nice and tall. Take a moment to establish neutral with your body, a nice neutral stance. So you might want to have the feet at hips width or maybe a little wider. Let your body choose for you today. Let's inhale the arms up and overhead. Big breath in, reach up towards the sky. Lace the fingers just like we did from seated. Invert the palms and push them up to the sky. Now, if there's any pain in the neck, in the shoulders, the back, lower the hands, or maybe even keep your hands on the shoulder blades. Let's lean over to one side, pull up from the armpit. Now, whatever side is open, so I'm leaning over to the right, and I'm gonna bend my left knee. So it creates a deep contraction on the right side of the body and a big stretch on the left side. One more big inhale. Exhale, let's come to center. Relax the hands for a moment. Big inhale, sweep the arms. Lace the fingers, invert the palms. Let's take a moment, check in with the head, neck, and shoulders. Lean over to the other side. So I'm leaning over to the left. Bend the right knee, creating a deep contraction on one side, long stretch on the other side. Breathe into that space under that armpit, stretch out with the breath, big inhale. When you're ready, come to center, relax the hands. One big inhale, sweep the arms overhead, big breath in. Exhale the hands back. Let's do that 2 more times, resetting that energy in the body. Option to look up and to follow the movement of the arms, tracking the body with the eyes. One more. From wherever you are, take the feet out wider than the hips, possibly into a plie position. The toes are out and the heels are in. Let's bend our knees and see that the knees go in the same direction as your toes. For most people, when we bend our knees, the knees move in the same direction as the second, third, and fourth toe. Big toe, baby toe sometimes have a mind of their own. So for safety's sake, we usually just say second, third, and fourth toe. Knees in alignment that way. Let's inhale the arms up overhead, big 5-pointed star. Exhale, come down into a moonflower. Elbows draw into the waist tight. Maybe turn your palms up. Inhale, reach up and overhead. 5-pointed star, palms forward. Exhale, coming down, palms up. Draw the elbows in tight. So this involves a little bit of rotation through that shoulder. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Exhale, elbows in, palms up. Draw it in. Let's do one more. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, 5-pointed star. Turn the palms up and now start to twist gently towards the right. So looking over your right shoulder, Think about rotating, swiveling at the waist, the ribs, and then pull that right shoulder back and reach that left arm around. Inhale, bring it up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, moonflower, palms up. Let's swivel at the waist towards the left. Moving from the ribs, pull that left shoulder back. Reach forward a little more with the right arm. Inhaling, big breath, come up. Exhale, add in that gentle twist to the right, all in one breath. Palms come up, gentle twist. Inhale, up to the sky, 5-pointed star. Exhale, gentle twist. Let's try a couple more, one to each side. Keeping the toes webbed out like a duck. Keeping the fingers spread open wide. Inhale, let's come through center, 5-pointed star. Exhale, swan diving with a flat back, sunflower flow. Flat back, sweeping towards the earth. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping down. This time, cross the left hand over the right hand. Just a gentle crossover. Inhale, come up. Cross the left hand over the right hand. Exhale down. Cross the right arm over. Inhaling up. Cross the right arm over. Let's continue to stay mindful of what arm is crossing over. Exhale down. Left arm over. Inhale up. Left arm over. Exhale down, right arm over. Inhale up, right arm over. A couple more. Exhale down, left arm dominant. Inhale up, left arm dominant. Exhale down, right arm dominant. Inhale up, right arm. Open it up, 5-pointed star, just hold it there. Notice if it feels strenuous, if there's strain in your neck or body, bend the elbows. If you're noticing that it's challenging to breathe, option to lower the chin and close the eyes. Let's take a moment and just feel the energy of the earth rising up into your feet. As we sense that support from the ground, from the earth, affirm, I feel supported. I feel supported today. Pull up through your kneecaps, pull up through the pelvic floor, pull up through the heart. Notice if the chin wants to open just a little bit. One more exaggerated inhale, big breath in. Exhale, relax. Let's bring the feet in just a little bit, just a tiny bit. And let's take this into a sway with the trunk of the body. So naturally, as we initiate that movement through the trunk of the body, the arms are just going to kind of fly and move away loosely. You might even feel the arms slightly patting against the sides or the trunk of the body. Option to close the eyes when you do this. Naturally, when we close the eyes, we might feel a little off balance. We might start to feel a little shaky in the body. This is very common. Let's slow down this swaying motion just a little bit. Take your hands and cup them. So we're going to take the fingers together using the palm of the hand, which is a little bit of a curve in the palm of the hand, like you're making the C shape with your hand, or as if you're going to scoop water to drink, a cupping motion. Let's take from the shoulders down towards the wrist and just add in a gentle pat from the shoulder to the wrist and back up. Do this on the underside of your arm as well. When you're ready, try that on the other side. So from The wrist to the shoulder, shoulder to the wrist. You could even go all the way up into the neck, just a gentle patting. And on the underside as well. Let's take both hands and maybe just gentle cupping over the chest. Bring it onto the sides and into the belly. You can even go over the breast and center chest region with this. Pat under the armpit a little bit. Good. Take that patting onto the front of the belly and the pelvis to the sides of the hip. Take it a little bit into the low back, very gentle, up on the kidneys and maybe even to the adrenal glands. Take it down onto the buttocks, thighs, inside of the groin and hip region. Let's take it down. Flatten your back as we lower down and maybe take it around all the way down the legs towards the ankles. When you're ready, bring it back up with that gentle cupping. Good. Bring it to center, shake off the hands. Let's bring the hands just a little higher than the heart and open and close the hands a few times, creating a pumping action to get any excessive fluid to kind of help it out, to maybe help it drain in and get it flushed out of the body. Just a little bit of pumping. When you're ready, place the hands on your hips. Let's step the feet into about hips width, taking your left foot back a short stride. Let's bend the right knee. Inhale the arms up and overhead, traditional warrior one. From this traditional warrior one, if you want, you can place the hands behind your head and open the elbows up. We call these our butterfly wings. From our warrior one stance, we'll inhale, open, and then exhale, slowly round the upper back and pull the elbows in towards each other. Inhale, open the elbows, pull up through the heart. Exhale, pull the elbows in, round the spine, contract the belly in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, gentle contraction. Inhale, let's open. Exhale, relax the hands onto your hips. When you're ready, step it forward. Let's switch sides, stepping our right foot back, bending the left knee, inhaling the arms straight up overhead, traditional warrior one. Big breath in as the spine lengthens. Exhale, bring the hands behind the head, either butterfly arms with hands by the head, butterfly hands low, or even in front of the chest. Let's make sure the head and the neck agree with our body position. Inhale, open up, pull the ribs up, almost like a big stretch. Exhale, round the spine and bring the elbows towards each other. Inhaling to open. Exhaling, close. Inhaling to open. Exhaling, gentle closing action. It really is a lot like a crunch, an abdominal contraction. Inhale, opening. Exhale, relax the arms. Let's step to the front of our mat, standing with the feet at about hips width distance. Let's inhale the arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Option to shift forward, working on a little bit of balance. We may want to lift the heels and come up onto the tippy toes. We can stay with just a tiny lift in the heels. We could even look up, remembering that it's not about lifting the heels really high. It's more about just getting that shift forward into the foot. One more big breath in, reach. And then exhale, swan dive, hands onto your thighs. Let's flatten our back. Let the hips sway a little bit left and right again. Either hold it here or walk the hands down towards the feet, standing forward fold, shaking the head yes, and turning the head left and right. When you're ready, deeply bend the knees. Let's walk the hands up to our thighs. Flat back, easy on the blood pressure. Let's find our breath. When you're ready, walk the hands all the way up. Let's just find ourselves feeling comfortable while we're standing. Now, take a moment, look around as we get ready for our standing half moon pose. You could use a chair, a tabletop. I like to use a wall. The sweet spot really is going to be a corner. There's just lots of opportunities for support if you're in a corner area. So from wherever you are for your expression of half moon today, let's open up the feet. And I like to start with both my toes forward. I'm going to be shifting onto my left hand today. So I'm going to take my left foot and turn my left toe out. So my feet are perpendicular. I have my right foot forward and my left toe out like this. From wherever you are, as we shift, let's bend the left knee, step into the foot. And you might be holding onto a chair or a table. You could even be pressing into a wall if that's more comfortable. No matter where you are with this, notice your back leg. Make that foot active and maybe pull that right hip back. So there's this element of what we call an abduction. It's a little bit of a activation of the muscle in the outer hip area here. Let's keep a little bend in that standing leg for support. Option to extend your top arm towards the sky. Standing half moon. Maybe we look up. This can be the most challenging, not just for physical balance, but for like the muscles in the neck, because we're going against gravity. If that doesn't feel good, or maybe just experiment today, maybe look down at the floor instead. And maybe today you just move towards comfort. One more big inhale. On the exhale, let's slowly come up. Step both feet down. Let's give the body a sense of being fully supported before we do the other side. When you're ready, establish your stance with your feet, both toes forward first. I'm turning my right toe out and then shifting forward, stepping on the right foot, lifting that left leg. It's just a gentle abduction. So one of the number one misalignments with this pose is the body wanting to rotate. So sometimes the toe wants to get kind of inactive. Sometimes we point our left toe or we rotate it up like we're going to do a kick. But instead, we want to keep the foot flat. And if you were going to kick something beside you, try to kick it out to the side. Lead with the heel bone. So you're pushing back and up through your heel. You might even see that your foot rotates in just a tiny bit, not too much. If you start to notice cramping or discomfort in this hip, so my left hip or the legs that's lifted, if that starts to feel tight or uncomfortable, you're doing it right. I'm telling you, you're doing it right. So if you're noticing any interesting sensations in your hip, try to let go of the thought that it's pain. This could just be the feeling of muscles that are tightening to stabilize you or to get stronger. So breathe it out. Big inhale. Tighten that outer hip. Big inhale. Relax the throat. One more. When you're ready, slowly come out of the pose. Little cha-cha. Shake it off. Make sure the hips feel comfy. All right, good job, everybody. Good job. So we're going to take this down to the floor. To safely come down to the floor, you could always use a chair or some other support to get comfortable. Let's hinge from the hips to come down, reaching towards the floor, taking one foot back at a time. From all fours, we can let the knees drop to one side and then come all the way around into seated. From seated today, let's have our feet in front of us with the knees and the feet at about hips width. Take the hands out to the side, and you could be on the fingertips, the palms, or come down onto your elbows if you feel like you want to just really get all the pressure off your hands all together. From wherever you are, let's move those knees into a gentle sway. So we're returning to some familiar movements that we did in the beginning of our class, checking in again with the circulation and the movement of excessive fluid, lymphatic drainage. I mean, coming out of a holiday weekend, guys, we might need to do just a few extra twists. I don't know if y'all celebrate 4th of July the way I do, but I know I had some extra salt and sugar. So maybe a few more twists. From wherever you are, take your time, come to center. Let's push away from the floor. Hold on behind your legs. Just a little bit of core strength today. Let's work with boat pose. So first thing is first. Maybe open the legs wider than the hips so that the belly can come comfortably between the thighs. Pull up through your heart and ribs. So imagine cow pose, that sensation of moo, lengthen up. Hold on behind the legs, hold on for dear life. Pull back and maybe float those feet over the floor. This can be equally challenging, putting the feet on the floor. Sometimes lifting the feet makes it easier. So at any time, if you want to experiment with putting one foot down or both feet down, feel free to try it. The real work is in this middle core area where you keep imagining cow pose, move, pull forward, or act surprised. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. No matter where you are, let's all lower the feet. Relax your hands. Take the knees over to one side. And now let's slowly lie down on our side. Breathing into the back again. So we're going to return that breath to the backs of the lungs along the sides of the spine. You may even want to close your eyes. We did a lot of back bends, a lot of side bends, a lot of contractions. So we're just going to give the backs of the lungs time to clear out any excessive energy toxins or fluid. We want that to move with little to no effort. Breathing into the backs of the lungs, we allow the lungs to expand and contract, and that's naturally going to move and flush out any toxins through the body, just with the breath. When you're ready, slowly roll onto your back. Let's draw the knees into the chest again. This time, maybe take the knees out wide as they'll go. So you're trying to stretch the muscles on the inner thigh region that go into the groin. There are specific lymph nodes there that can help to move fluid off of the legs and out from the body. So take those legs as wide as they'll go. Maybe add in even a gentle rocking motion. You can reach for your feet. Many of you are familiar with this pose, the happy baby pose, or dead bug. Same pose, dead bug and happy baby, they're the same. From wherever you are, slowly bring those feet in, stretch the legs overhead, returning to those ankle rolls, maybe legs together, maybe legs open wide. So you can have that straddle position. So not only do we have that energy pulling off the ankles, but now we also have that stretch on the thighs. Point and flex the feet again. Let's just check in with the ankles and toes. When you're ready, slowly bring the legs towards each other. Draw the knees in. Let's lower the feet. Stretch the arms overhead. Big stretch. Let's straighten just the right leg out and let that left knee go out to the side. So it's a tree pose lying on the floor. Supine tree pose. It is possible to reach with the hands and pull your ribs off the floor, pull your belly away from the floor, giving this pose almost a fish expression. You flare out your ribs, and this is to flush the gut region. When you're ready, relax your ribs. Let's lower our hands, bring that knee up, left knee up. Let's bend both knees. Straighten the other leg out. Open the knee, supine tree, arms overhead. Maybe we hold it here, or maybe pull the ribs away from the floor. Exaggerate the inhale in the center of the gut and belly. One more big breath in. And now exhale, pull the ribs down, relax the hands, maybe straighten both legs. Let your body move in any natural way to prepare for final relaxation. So you might want to wiggle the feet, roll out the wrist. Notice if the arms are more comfortable with palms up or down, overhead, on the belly. So many different possibilities. Get comfortable. If there's pain in your low back, I highly recommend bending the knees, feet wide, knees touch. Wherever you are, take your time to establish comfort. Let's focus on the breath, and we're going to breathe in through all of the major senses, all the major sensory organs that help our brain to process and understand where we are in space, in time. All of that comes through primarily the head and the face. So take a moment, notice the energy of the ears. What do you hear around you? Notice the energy in the eyes. So if your eyes are closed, still being able to see, maybe it's dark, or maybe there are patterns of light and splashes of color. Notice the nostrils as you inhale through the nose. Try flaring out the nostrils. Draw the breath into the body. Now notice the mouth, taste, the sense of taste. Relax your jaw. Soften the back of the tongue and the sides of the cheeks. You may even want to take Jikwa Bandha. You may want to take the tip of your tongue and touch it to the gum line just behind your two front teeth. So you're softening the mouth and the tongue, softening the energy of taste. So we have our ears, eyes, nose, mouth, skin. What do you feel? Notice the air around you brushing against the face, the ears, the neck. If your ankles or feet or hands are exposed, notice the air around you brushing against the skin. Now let's draw the sense in deeper to the belly. What is your stomach doing now? If you can imagine a gold light in the stomach. As you inhale and exhale, notice what is the belly doing. Now maybe tune into the sixth sense, the energy of intuitive sensation. What do you need right now? What is right for you? Do you need more stillness? Do you need more movement? More breath? Less breath? Let's take the breath in through the senses for a few easy breaths. Imagine you can breathe in through the eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin. Inhale, soften. Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin. Maybe dissect the sensation. Breathe in through the ears. Soften your eyebrows and eyelids. Breathe in through your eyes. Soften the nose. Inhale, breathe in through the nose. Soften the lips and the mouth. Breathe in with the jaw relaxed. Soften the whole body and the entire face. Breathe in through your skin. Now try all five senses. Draw awareness of the breath in through all five senses: eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin. You might have a sense of the energy moving through the senses, or maybe feel that there is a gold light that your body absorbs on the inhale and radiates outward on the exhale. If you're not seeing that light, imagine warm energy coming into the body. Exhaling, you notice that you emit a warm gold glow. This warm gold light representing a healthy aura or a healthy energy field, a healthy soul. That which we draw in, we also project out. Inhale, draw that light, draw the positive energy in through the senses. Exhale, projecting and radiating that same positive healing force. Now, you might feel it, you might see it, you might not. There's no right or wrong with this. Knowing that it's there, simply affirm, I am that. I am that light. I am that warm and vibrant energy. I see that light in others. That light is in me. I am that. Feel yourself smiling with the edges of the mouth, puckering of the cheeks, edges of the eyes and eyebrows, ears slightly perked and lifted. I am that. Breathe in the knowing that you are the embodiment of joy. We may want to stay here a little longer today. I recommend staying an extra 5 to 10 minutes if you have some time today, and just continue to affirm, I am that, resonating with that radiant gold energy, warm energy, the life force. From wherever you are, you may want to put your hands over the chest, hands over the heart, feeling for the life force, the beating of the heart, a reflection of the life force, expansion and contraction energy. I am that. I thank you so much for joining me today. Whenever you're ready to come up, please remember to move nice and slow. Let your toes and fingers wiggle. Maybe roll onto your side and just lie there for a few breaths. Breathe into your back. Get the adrenal glands and the kidneys awake before you sit up. Thank you so much for joining me today in our class. Peace with us all. Namaste, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next week.